bringing you Thailand's insights, direction, stability, prosperity, and sustainability. Let's get inside. Gain the insight with the insider.
สวัสดีครับ Today we are at the United Nations headquarters for the 71st United Nations General Assembly in New York. Thailand has long played a significant role as a responsible member of the international community. This year, Thailand has been endorsed as the chairman of G77 in New York. The group has a member of 134 countries, which is a high number of membership for the group. Not only has Thailand been a bridge builder between developed and developing countries, Thailand through this government has also presented His Majesty the King's sufficiency economy philosophy as the ways and means to achieve the United Nations Sustainable Development Goal or Agenda 2030. Today we have a special guest who is in the best capacity to give us insight. His Excellency Mr.Virachai Plasai, Ambassador to Permanent Representative of Thailand to the United Nations, New York. Ambassador Virachai. Well, Thailand has been a chair of Group of 77 for this year, and I have a question for you. What has this entailed, and what is our legacy?
To be chair of G77 allowed us to assume our responsibility towards the international community. We have been members of the group since 1964. In fact, we were one of the founding members. But we have never been chair up to this year, which is the 52nd year of the group. So the government thought that it was just about time that we assume this responsibility. What kind of responsibility? First of all, the group is a negotiating bloc. To be chair is to lead this negotiating bloc with other countries. It's a bloc of 134 countries. In fact, we have accomplished our task by working among all the members of the United Nations. So that's the most important thing, to assume our responsibility for this negotiating group, but also assume our responsibility for South-South cooperation, because Group of 77 is also a forum for cooperation between and among developing countries and among a group of developing countries and developed countries, what we call triangular cooperation. Which all this is complementary to North-South cooperation, the traditional development aid from developed countries to developing countries. So the Group of 77 is a forum for that. The third branch of responsibility, if I may say, is that this year is very important because we are starting implementing the Sustainable Development Goals, which the leaders adopted this time last year. And of course, anything that is new is difficult. Anything that is a start of an important undertaking is always difficult. So we thought that Thailand has come to this point in terms of development, in terms of social transformation, that we are ready to assume this responsibility this year. So we hope that we will have some legacy. First of all, we will have been, I think, considered as the chair that laid down the foundation of the implementation process of the Sustainable Development Goals, things that will serve as basis, as framework until 2030. A number of resolutions, a number of decisions have been made with active participation of Thailand as chair, as leader of this 134 group of countries. So we set the tone for the next 15 years for the implementation of SDGs. Another legacy, of course, is part of that is to share with our friends what we have and we are proud of, that is sufficiency economy philosophy. In Thai is เศรษฐกิจพอเพียง. This is a philosophy given to us graciously by His Majesty the King, who over the years developed this thinking that applies to agricultural sector, that applies to business administration, or even public administration. I apply this also in administering my mission here. This is something that works. We have done a lot this year to share this practice, this knowledge with our friends. A number of G77 members have now adopted this and will apply this philosophy at home. We will have half day, 23rd of September, ministerial meeting of G77 to discuss sufficiency economy. We also have laid down some foundation for bigger work on investment, because investment is an important tool for development. You need a just and balanced regime of investment for the next 15, 20, 30 years to allow developing countries to be able to benefit from funding from public sectors or private sectors in developed countries in order to channel that money into sustainable development in their countries. Also, our legacy should also be the use of information technology in support of sustainable development, which on this topic we organize meetings, we develop ideas, we made a report that will be a basis for future work.
Well, just recently, General Prayut was invited to attend the G20 in Hangzhou in China. What is the significance of that meeting?
It is very significant. At the UN, people in the area of economic social development are very much excited. This is the word. Here in New York, we were excited to learn about that, because it is the first time that the G20 invited the chair of G77 to participate in there. And G20 has been known for mainly for financial things like Richmond, another Richmond club or something like that. But now this reached out to G77, which is a developing countries grouping, certainly not rich men grouping or rich women.
It seems to me that Thailand has done a lot, as the responsible members of the international community. In your view, how has Thailand fared in United Nations or in multilateral level?
I think we have done what we could, considering where we came from, and our role, our involvement has changed a lot over the years. We have assumed our responsibility, which is commensurate with our situation, economic situation, political situation. We have contributed to a lot of things in UN affairs, in areas of health, drugs, politics, and security. I can give one example, that we are leaders, that the Bangkok Rules, which has been adopted by the United Nations and initiated by Her Royal Highness Princess Pacharakitiyapa. These are rules to be adopted by UN members about treatment of women in criminal justice process, starting from day one until the end of the process, and focus mainly in the regime of imprisonment, because women have different needs than men, and sometimes involves children as well. So Bangkok Rules is something very, very important that has been adopted, and we are recognized as a leader in this field. For example,
the UN Resident Coordinator in Bangkok has recently called Thailand as the leaders to drive toward the SDGs. What has been our strength in doing this?
In my view, it can be called the Thainess. It's the word that I borrowed from the Tourism Authority of Thailand.
Which is quite unique.
Yes, I think. In Thai, it's ความเป็นไทย, which I think can be defined as a mix of moderation, flexibility, friendship and openness. We are ready to talk to everybody. We don't have traditional enemies. We can always listen to everybody. I think that has been our strength. Of course, in terms of politics, security matters, but also in terms of development, economic and social development. So we apply that to our work to start the implementation of the SDGs as Thailand and as chair of G77 in matters where we could use this Thainess to forge a common position of 134 countries. We did it, but there are matters that even with Thainess you cannot forge common positions. You try to play down the differences, find compromise, and find a way to move forward for the United Nations on these difficult matters.
Well, Prime Minister would making a second visit to United Nations this year, and what will be his main engagement and Thailand's main contribution to United Nations this time?
Well, first of all, we are chair of G77, so the Prime Minister is the chair at the level of head of government. And so this is important. He will be opening and chairing part of the ministerial meeting of the G77 that happens every year here. Yes. And we will have about half a day of discussion on sufficiency economy philosophy, and then we will adopt a ministerial declaration which will reflect the view of the G77 on every question that is of importance this year. Also, this year as Thailand, we will have our contribution in many important areas. First of all, in the area of health, antimicrobial resistance, high-level meeting. We will have play a role. We will play a role in the refugees and migrants summit. There is a high-level meeting and a summit of selected countries that play an important role. The Prime Minister will be there. Prime Minister will also play a role in a meeting regarding the entry into force or the start of the process of entry into force of the Paris Agreement on climate change. This is just to name but a few. The Prime Minister will have a big number of speeches to make. He will contribute a lot to the work of this session.
Well, thank you very much, Excellency, for sharing all this information with us. It's been very much honored to have you with the Insider. Once again, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. ขอบคุณครับ
As already mentioned, Thailand has always been a responsible member of the international community. With our success so far, we strongly believe that His Majesty the King's sufficiency economy philosophy is a key approach to achieve the United Nations Sustainable Development Goal or the Agenda 2030. The Prime Minister's top agenda to achieve security, prosperity and sustainability with the theme Stronger Together is not only a means to be applied domestically in Thailand, but it can also be applied to the global community. Well, thank you for watching The Insider this week. See you next episode and สวัสดีครับ Have you used the music diplomacy?
This band is called UN Rocks. It's composed of many prominent representatives. Myself, prominent representative of Serbia, Tonga, Denmark, Republic of Korea, and our guest singer is the prominent representative of the United States of America.